Thanks for joining us here on ABC24 Plus. I'm meteorologist Trevor Birchett with an extended check of your forecast for Memphis and all of the Mid-South for the next few days. We have some very active and potentially dangerous weather on the way to our part of the Mid-South here starting Wednesday evening and then continuing for several days after that. We are calling this a weather impact alert for several days, not only for the chance of severe thunderstorms, but also for the risk of flooding. Could be some pretty bad flooding with some of the highest rainfall totals we've seen in this part of the Mid-South in quite a while. We are expecting several rounds of thunderstorms. This is all going to start Wednesday evening. So most of Wednesday's dry. By Wednesday evening, those storms will move in. Then they'll continue Thursday, Friday, and Saturday before finally coming to an end early Sunday morning. You add all that up, that's 4 full days of rain. We're looking at 10 to 12 inches of rain possible in parts of the Mid-South, and that could lead to some pretty serious flooding, especially along creeks and streams that will likely quickly rise with all of this rain. On top of that, we do have the severe weather potential. I'm most concerned about Wednesday evening for the severe weather threat, but really any of these days could feature at least the chance of some strong thunderstorms. This is a look at your rain chances over the next 7 days. Again, most of Wednesday is dry. All of this is going to start Wednesday evening and Wednesday night, and then the rain will continue for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, even into Saturday night before clearing out early Sunday morning. I'd say by 10 a.m. Sunday, this rain will finally be out of here, and it looks like we're in for a pretty dry stretch of weather through next week. I do want to hit on the severe weather potential over the next few days because that's going to kind of be concern number one, and then it's going to switch to the flooding threat. So this is for Wednesday, and this is the highest severe weather threat of the next few days. Severe weather is likely in these orange areas. That includes Memphis and all of the Mid-South. Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. This is setting up to be a concerning scenario with all of the ingredients in place, nearly maxed off the charts for the potential of severe weather Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. We will go in depth on Wednesday in just a second, but I want to show you how this progresses for the next few days. You'll notice by Thursday, the severe weather threat decreases a bit. Severe weather is still possible on Thursday, and that's going to continue for the next few days after that. Friday, the same thing, a slight severe weather potential where it's possible. And then on Saturday as well, also a slight severe weather potential. But Wednesday, for sure, the highest risk of the next few days, at least severe weather-wise. So I do want to jump into that and get right in close to home. This is your severe weather threat for Wednesday. And right now, things are a level 3 out of 5. That's a medium severe weather risk for Memphis and most of the Mid-South. This could easily be upgraded. I would actually be surprised if it wasn't upgraded. I think by later in the day today, today's Tuesday, it's about 10:30 Tuesday morning, either later today or tomorrow morning, this will likely be upgraded for parts of the Mid-South. The ingredients that are in place tomorrow for severe weather are very concerning to me. Now, that does not mean every single storm will be severe. Think about the last few times we've had severe weather. It seems like there's been 1 or 2 storms somewhere in the Mid-South that get really strong and turn really severe. Some areas don't even get rain out of that. So yes, we have the ingredients in place, but I'm going to use the cake analogy again. If you've joined us last time, think about if you have all the ingredients for a cake. You've mixed them together. You have the batter ready to go in the oven. You've actually put it in the oven, but until you turn the oven on, nothing's going to happen. So we have all of these extreme severe weather ingredients in place, but we actually need a storm to develop to pop into those ingredients. So that's kind of like the oven turning on is a thunderstorm actually developing. So if a thunderstorm doesn't develop in your neighborhood, those ingredients aren't going to do anything, right? But it does look likely that at least some thunderstorms will develop Wednesday evening and Wednesday night that will be able to tap into these severe ingredients that will likely become severe and could be dangerous. Again, this is Wednesday evening into Wednesday night. This is what the severe weather threats look like for now. Wind going to be a big concern through the day tomorrow. We could have some pretty high wind gusts early in the day Wednesday before the storms even arrive. And then by Wednesday evening, the storms get here, and those could pick up wind gusts of 60 miles an hour. And of course, heavy flooding rain is kind of what we're talking about. Some storms could produce large hail and some storms could produce tornadoes. Now, that will not happen again in every single storm, but any storm that develops and is able to tap into those ingredients could produce tornadoes, and I cannot rule out some strong tornadoes. This is a situation I really want you to take seriously. Wednesday evening and Wednesday night, this could end up being a pretty serious situation in terms of severe weather. Winds will already be breezy Wednesday morning. Gusts could be as high as 30 or 40 miles an hour. As we go through the day, winds will increase, and we could see gusts up to 40 or 50 miles an hour tomorrow afternoon. Again, that's before the storms even get here. Once the storms get here tomorrow evening, those storms could pack even higher wind gusts. So I want to time this out for you. This is the hour-by-hour radar. Starting off tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Wednesday, nothing much. There could be a few showers through the day tomorrow, mainly light rain, but this really won't get started until about 3 or 4 p.m. Watch how quickly these storms develop tomorrow evening as that energy really gets into place. By 6 p.m., this model, what it is showing is quite a concerning scenario. If this pans out like this, it is going to be cause for concern. This is 6 p.m. Wednesday, and it shows several supercell thunderstorms out ahead of that main line. Those isolated supercells, those are going to be the ones that produce tornadoes, and they could be strong tornadoes. Now, I don't want you to get married to what location the radar is depicting. This is just a model. These storms could pop up anywhere in the Mid-South, but even the fact that it's showing them developing is concerning. And if those develop anywhere in the Mid-South like that, we could be dealing with some pretty serious tornadoes. Notice the main line of storms still back to the west. That moves in a little closer to 7 or 8 p.m. This line of storms could also be producing tornadoes along with high wind gusts and hail. Those storms continue into the overnight hours. 11 p.m. It's still raining, and the rain will continue. I do believe the severe weather threat will decrease after midnight. So we're looking at a time frame from 4 p.m. to midnight Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. After that, the severe weather threat decreases, but the storms continue. We're going to wake up to heavy thunderstorms Thursday morning at 8 a.m., very strong thunderstorms, and showers and storms continue through the day Thursday and into Thursday evening. Could have another round of strong storms by dinner time Thursday. Like I told you, I'm most concerned about Wednesday, but we could still see storms that pack a little bit of a punch through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Regardless of if they're severe or not, that rain is going to continue for several days. This is the tornado potential for Wednesday, and I want to show you this because as we get into the evening hours, 5, 6, 7 p.m., that product lights up over the Mid-South. Memphis, West Tennessee, Eastern Arkansas, North Mississippi. It just goes to show you that all of the ingredients are there for severe weather and tornadoes to happen. Now again, that does not mean it's going to happen everywhere. Just because the ingredients are there doesn't mean much. A storm still has to develop and tap into them. But the fact that the ingredients are there means if a storm can develop, and I expect that they will, it will quickly turn severe and could produce strong tornadoes. Now, I want to jump from that severe weather threat to the flooding threat, because that is also going to be a major concern for the next few days. Again, severe weather is most likely Wednesday evening, but some strong storms could continue. I do think the focus will shift from severe weather Wednesday to more of a flooding threat with a slight risk of severe weather Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So this is the radar Friday at 7 a.m. Heavy rain continuing, could have some isolated strong storms. It rains off and on all day Friday into Friday night. And then Saturday afternoon, another line of heavy storms comes in. That will continue through Saturday evening and Saturday night. It's not until Sunday morning before this completely ends. And again, there's storm energy that's going to continue to be around here. This is tomorrow's storm energy. Much like that tornado parameter I showed you, the overall storm energy is very high too. That's why I'm a little concerned about Wednesday. Now that storm energy for the next few days after that does decrease a bit. It's not as high by Thursday, but there's still some juice there that could allow some storms to turn strong. Same thing on Friday, not as strong as Wednesday, but still a little bit of storm energy. And then Saturday is going to be the same thing all over again. The storm energy is highest Wednesday evening, but there's still enough fuel there that some storms could be strong to severe Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Speaking of the flooding potential, because this is another very serious part of this storm system, we do have a flood watch in place for Memphis and all of the Mid-South, West Tennessee, North Mississippi, and East Arkansas. That starts Wednesday and it goes all the way through Sunday. I'm about to show you a rainfall forecast for the next 7 days. What one model is showing could fall for the next 7 days, and many models are showing a similar scenario, and this is very alarming what I'm about to show you. This is the latest model run for the next 7 days, and really this is all going to be in a 4-day period from Wednesday to Saturday night. North of Memphis, north of Interstate 40, we could be talking about 10 to 12 inches of rain. Dyersburg, Blytheville, Carruthersville, Ripley, Covington, Truman, most of eastern Arkansas could be dealing with seriously heavy rain and a serious flooding potential. Now again, this is coming over 4 days, so that will allow some of it hopefully to soak completely into the ground. But the ground can only hold so much. It can only become so saturated. So at some point in this storm system, the ground can't hold any more water, and that's when it starts to flood. Bear in mind, all of this is also going into creeks and streams. So for neighborhoods and areas that are near a creek or near a stream or near some of those smaller rivers, we will likely see some flooding out of that, and it could be serious flooding if these creeks and streams keep spilling out of their banks. We could also be dealing with flash flooding on the roadways, especially by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Notice in North Mississippi, the totals are a little bit lower. Still a lot of rain, but 2 to 4 inches. That's a lot more manageable. The ground can kind of hold that. But it seems like throughout this event, North Mississippi could catch some breaks from the rain. It might rain for a few hours and then a little break. Rain for a few hours and then another break. So I don't expect as serious a flash flooding in North Mississippi. But Northeast Arkansas and West Tennessee, it seems like the rain is going to start and not stop. And it could be heavy at times. And so that is the zone I'm concerned about. Memphis and points to the north that could be dealing with some pretty serious flash flooding. I did some statistics here. I wanted to pull some data. And I looked at the 4-day rain total record. So what is the highest amount of rain we've ever gotten in 4 days? Now, these are the totals for Memphis, but they'd be similar in other areas. The record is 13 inches in 4 days. That's from 1877. The other one below it, number 2, 11 inches, 1906. 10 inches in 1934, 10 inches in 1906 again, and then 10 inches in 2001. You have to get all the way down to 2001 before it gets even close to recent memory. So this has been a very long time since we have seen this much rain over 4 days, and it could be some very serious flooding that ends up happening Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with all of this heavy rain. So if you live near an area that typically floods, that has flooded in the past, that's a low-lying area or near a creek or a stream, be prepared for flooding. I would rather you be prepared and nothing happen, but this is some serious rainfall, and if it happens like this, we could be dealing with a catastrophic situation in parts of the Mid-South. I want to kind of talk about what you can do to prepare. Of course, number 1 is going to be that severe weather potential Wednesday evening. We could be dealing with serious tornadoes, high wind gusts, and hail. And then we switch to the flooding threat. Number 1, and most importantly, I want you to be prepared and not scared. Now, I am taking this seriously. Don't get me wrong, and I think you should be too. But the last thing I ever want to do is scare you out of your mind. I personally grew up with storm anxiety. That's one of the big reasons I chose this career, is because I was so scared anytime the weather happened. And there were 1 or 2 meteorologists that I could watch that eased my mind a little bit. That's what I want to be for you. I never want to scare you, but we do have to take this seriously. If it is a situation like this where I see all the ingredients are in place for severe weather and for catastrophic flooding, we all have to talk about it, right? I can't ignore it. I don't want you to be scared. The best thing you do to not be scared is be prepared. If you know you're in an area that floods, be prepared for that. Be prepared for severe weather to happen. In case it hits your neighborhood, make sure you know what to do. And step 1 to that is making sure you have a way to get weather alerts. Know what you will do if you get a weather alert. Some of this could happen late at night. Make sure you have something that will wake you up in case severe weather is headed your way. And then, of course, know what your safe place is in case a severe storm does come your way. You need to be on the centermost portion of your home. You need to be in a bathroom or a closet, something interior and away from windows if you do get one of those weather alerts. And then again, plan for flooding. If you're in an area that typically floods, Make sure you're aware of that and have a way to get out. In the worst case scenario, we hope it doesn't happen, but in the worst case scenario, make sure you have a way to get out in case that situation does become a little more serious. I invite you to download the ABC24 app. It is totally free. Search ABC24 in the App Store or Google Play. We have radar there, live cameras, live broadcasts, all kind of stuff right there in the app. That is a very helpful tool. If we have power outages, you can watch our broadcast there. Something else I didn't mention that you have to think about. When we get all this rain and the ground is so saturated and then you get wind, trees can come down very easily because the ground is so mushy. Trees come down a little easier. So power outage is going to be a big concern for the next few days too. So I know that was a lot to cover. This is probably one of the most active weather weeks we've had in the 4 years that I've been back in Memphis. I grew up here. I'd have to go back a ways to really think if we've had something like this, but certainly in the last 4 years since I have been working here, I can't remember a week like this where we have such a serious threat for severe weather and flooding. Tuesday, enjoy it. That's some good news. Sunshine and 72. And most of Wednesday will be pretty calm. We'll have gusty wind through the day Wednesday, but the severe weather potential won't start until 4 p.m., 3 or 4 p.m. From then until midnight Wednesday into Thursday morning, we have the potential for serious storms, hail, high wind gusts, tornadoes, a few of which could be strong. So Wednesday evening and Wednesday night, I need you really tuned into the weather. Now, Wednesday night after midnight, that severe weather threat goes down a little bit, but the rain does not go anywhere. Heavy rain continues Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. There won't be much of a break. That is going to add up to, in some spots, 10 to 12 inches of rain, which could be a very serious flooding threat, especially for areas north of Memphis. Dyersburg, we're really concerned about you. Tipton County, Ripley, those areas, even Memphis in the metro, we could be dealing with some very heavy rain. Now, there is a severe weather potential Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as well. I do believe the highest severe weather potential is Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. That threat goes down a little bit by Thursday, but there is still at least a slight risk for severe storms Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So you just need to stay weather aware. Wednesday evening through Sunday morning, we're going to keep the Weather Center staff that entire time. We're going to take rotating shifts so that somebody is here keeping an eye on things the entire time. You should be keeping an eye on things in that time too. So severe weather, a big concern Wednesday evening. Could be a lower concern after that, but still something we'll watch. Flooding rain, a big concern this whole time. Again, I urge you, if you live in an area that typically floods, if you live near a creek or a stream, make sure you have a plan just in case your area does see flooding. Notice though, Sunday morning, the rain will start to end. There could be some showers early Sunday. They will wrap up. Most of Sunday is dry and cooler with a high near 60. This is such a powerful front. Much colder air is going to spill in after that. By Monday, sunshine, a high only 59 degrees, lows in the 30s and 40s next week. And it does look like next week is much quieter with some sunshine. So hopefully we can all enjoy a break by then. But again, starting Wednesday evening at 3 p.m., severe weather possible Wednesday evening, and then heavy flooding rain after that through Saturday and Saturday night. Just please, folks, keep an eye on this. Things could get pretty serious in the severe weather department and with the flooding here for the next few days. Of course, wherever you're watching us now, we're going to continue to post updates. We're on our ABC24 Plus app. We're also on YouTube and Facebook. If you have a Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, we're streaming there 24/7. Search ABC24. We're also streaming on our mobile app. Again, that's ABC24 as well for iPhone and Android. Basically, search ABC24, whatever platform you're on, chances are we are there. But again, keep an eye on the next few days. The weather, it's going to be a pretty bumpy ride here in Memphis in the Mid-South, and of course, we'll keep you updated. For now, I'm meteorologist Trevor Birchett. Stay tuned, stay prepared, and stay safe. Here comes our first batch of rain.
Some severe thunderstorms and even several tornado warnings.
I think the bigger issue is going to be the wind gusts. So you start getting some branches knocked around. You could definitely see some power outages today. Those storms could pack a punch.
It's not just the thunderstorms, it's the fact that this low pressure is so strong.
How big that storm system was.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 24 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.